On today's show, Barb and I are going to make a chicken tarragon with a cream sauce. It has green beans, shallots, rice pilaf, and a spaghetti. I know you're going to want to see this one. I have the water boiling already, so let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Diabetic Diet Show. And here's Barb with the question of the day.
Do you like lemon juice on your chicken? If you like lemon juice on your chicken, give me a thumbs up.
To get started, we need to get these beans in the boiling water. They have to cook for about 4 or 5 minutes. So as long as that water is boiling, let's get started on this. Very carefully here, just like that. And I'm just doing the whole bag because if I'm going to cook them, I like to save them and I can have them for another meal, or I can throw them in the freezer if I want. Other ingredients that we're going to use is going to be some chicken broth. We're going to use butter for each of the different things. We have white wine, pine nuts. This right here is going to be tarragon. That's going to be one of the really good flavors, as well as the garlic and the Dijon mustard. I have that all measured out already. So we can set a few of these things over here. I have lemon juice measured out for the chicken. And as soon as this is done, we're going to get started on the chicken. The beans have to boil for about 4 minutes still, so I'll leave those to go. I cut up the shallots and I have the pine nuts in here. So I'm going to put the shallots with the pine nuts. It's just a good thing if you're going to grind them, put them in a food processor, put the multiple things together. It helps them to grind and to cook best. And by grinding these up, it'll be better for your stomach. There we go. That's good. We're down to the last few seconds. On this, I have my ice water ready. Okay, we can stop the timer. A nice big golf ball size ice cubes in there to make my water nice and cold. Turn that off for a second. Just kind of stir this up, get that cold. Then I can get the lid off here. Just like that. And grab a pot holder. See how I can do this? Worried about dripping, it's only water. And this can go here, like that. There we go. How about that? And then they'll have to sit there for a bit and cool off. I've rinsed out the pot and it cooled off. The beans are cool from the ice. As a matter of fact, I think I'll just take the 2 big ice cubes out of here. Just like that. Then I'm going to put the beans back in here in a little bit of water. Not quite as much as I boiled them in. Just like that. For now, we have to season this in a little bit. Let's put them on the burner to keep them warm. In a saucepan, get it going on the fire. Put in a couple of tablespoons of butter. You don't have to remember these measurements, by the way. If you want to see the measurements, they're right down there where it says a subscribe button. And then it says more. You'll see all the ingredients list and measurements there. But I'm starting to melt the butter. I'm going to turn the fire down. Olive oil. Pine nuts. Pasta. Now this recipe uses spaghetti, which is a little hard to handle. You have to kind of be patient with it. Pasta is much easier to use. Normally when I make Italian, I like to use pasta rather than spaghetti. Okay, I'm getting these all coated here. Get my fire back on again. The problem with cooking on this little burner is the fire tends to go out on you. We'll let that go for just a little bit. Now I'm going to put my rice in. Stir this up a bit. And then let's get the chicken broth in here and get it to come back up to a boil. It's starting to come up to a boil. I'm going to lower the heat down to simmer, and I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes. Now, with a covered deep frying pan, I'm going to put in the next 2 spoons of butter. Get the fire going. Olive oil. This melting. Now that it's melting, let's get our shallots in here. We're turning the heat down. Now let's put in some salt. And some white pepper. This particular white pepper has garlic with it. That'll be real good. Now, chicken broth. Then I can turn it back up if I want to bring it up to a boil, just to speed things up. This has come to a boil, so I'm going to turn it off, put away the lid. Here's the beans. I'm just going to bring the pot over here, maybe give this just a stir to make sure it's all mixed. And I can pour this in with the beans. Just give them a toss. They're all equally coated, and let them sit. Back on the warmer. In a large skillet. Put some olive oil in there. Start it up. Get it hot. Then your chicken. Now mine come in a bag, which I think makes it easier to handle. I really like them this way. But what I'm doing is I'm cutting them in half long ways. And when I do that, it makes them easy to separate them. If you have any problems with any of them that didn't separate, it's fairly easy just to go back and get them. We're going to put them in here and brown them up. When the oil starts to shimmer like that, it's time to get these in. We'll just let them brown up, and then we'll pull them out and put them in a new clean tray. So let's get rid of these. Okay, these are browned up, but they're not cooked. So we have to cook them in a little bit still. Then in the skillet, I want to put in some more olive oil. Butter, 2 tablespoons. And I'm putting in an extra one because I like butter. That's melting. Next, garlic, lemon juice, salt, pepper. Kind of looks like a lot, but it's really not because you're just putting it in a frying pan. And then give it a little stir. Lastly, flour. You can use regular flour, you can use almond flour. Next, put the rest of your ingredients in your skillet. Tarragon. Doesn't come out very hard. You can put this in. This is not a strong spice, but it'll taste good having it in there. Okay. And some milk. Cream, heavy cream. Then we can get our chicken back in here. Now this is where we need to make sure that it's cooked. When it's all done, cook on one side, then we'll turn it over and cook on the other. And we'll make sure that it's over 160 to 165. This will take a little bit because boiling chicken in a mix like this is not the same as the chicken sitting in a frying pan. As soon as you smell the wine sauce, that's a good time to check. Make sure you're between 160 and 165 with your digital thermometer. And then we can start serving up. So here's our rice pilaf. This just smells phenomenal. Here's some beans. And pick a chicken breast. All different sizes, it's funny. There's a nice, good size one. There's another real nice one. There we go. Well, if you like watching cooking shows and you want to make recipes like this, I have a couple more right here.